heading into the city, and I'm just kind of like looking at the painting now, kind of getting a mitch on the beautiful black velvet that's going to absorb all the light. This is going to be beautiful, very Max. It's going to really fill the top vision without being so dark. This taffeta feels Max.
Good morning. I have had mango for breakfast, which was a smashing idea. It's raining out, it's really feeling like the end of October, and I have a work from home day today. I am going to the dentist later this afternoon, which now in hindsight, it wasn't a good idea for me to eat mango because the fibers sort of stick between my teeth, so I will have to go ham with a floss to get those out before someone goes to work with my teeth. Anyway, I borrowed the Charming Colourwork socks by Charlotte Stone, and this is after borrowing the Joyful Colourwork socks book a few weeks ago, loving those patterns, knitting one of the patterns. And when I say knitting one of the patterns, I mean that I took, what am I sitting on? That I took the Colourwork chart and ran with it for my own vanilla sock pattern recipe that I usually use. Not following it very strictly at all. So I don't think that any of these melon rows are the same as the previous one, because I just sort of winged it. I wung it. It was wung. Is my thing uploading? It's not. My YouTube app is acting a bit strange. It's not uploading things. It just says wait. And waiting is difficult. Ooh. Okay. Sorry. This is the first time I'm opening the book, and it is just like the Joyful Colourwork socks book, sectioned into chapters. So first an introduction with tips and tricks, then crafty animals, flower power, food, glorious food, the great outdoors, and celebrate good times. The mice are cute. They look a bit more artsy than the other patterns in the Joyful Colourwork sock book. Counting sheep. Oh, this is cute, where the colourwork is made by not only switching colours but also switching from a knit stitch to a purl stitch. Hang on, I don't want to show you the chart, but if you can see, the sheep are pearls instead of knits, making them look fuzzy. That is adorable. A butterfly. I think this is her first book. Is that right? Yes, 2022. I think the other one came out last year. And so far, I actually prefer her other book. The swans are cute. Flower power. Ooh, blooming lavender. Those are cute. I really like the variegated yarn that she used for the background colour. I am on the hunt for a pattern to make Christmas socks with, because I started knitting the Royal Winter Sock by Toby Beck, a free pattern that is lovely, on Arwetta. Oh, I like these. In Arwetta sock yarn, light fingering weight yarn, and that just, I could not hit a good gauge for that. I tried 2 different needle sizes and I just could not make it work with the 72 stitch round, which I usually use for my foot size. And now I wonder if I just give up on that pattern altogether, or if I try to remake them with thicker yarn. But then, can I be bothered to knit that pattern for a 3rd time? Because I knit the entire shaft twice. And then I washed it to see what happened with the gauge, and both of the times it wasn't enough to get over my heel comfortably. I could get it over my heel with a lot of force, but it wasn't. It was not a pleasant experience, and I don't want to have to struggle with my socks, because getting up in the morning is struggle enough. These patterns definitely feel more muted or toned down than her other socks. I mean, they are beautiful, but the other book just made me go, ooh, I want to make that, ooh, I want to make that. And here, I'm not really feeling it. Celebrate good times. Okay, Christmas Eve skies. This is sort of what I am talking about. I really like that. I might actually want to make those. What size is this? Okay, so this is Filcolana as well, with a 2.5 millimeter needle for the color work and 2.25 for the ribbing heel and toe. I would have to size up because I have a very tight gauge for my color work. How many sizes are available? See, this is also this is about the number of stitches that I used for my other experiment, and it didn't work. So I would have to size up a lot. Do I just knit these on a 3.5 millimeter needle with the Arwetta sock, with the Arwetta yarn? Honestly, I might actually do that because I do like this pattern a lot. I would use red background yarn though, because that's what I have. I don't want to buy more Arwetta before I actually know that I like it. Oh, this is also cute. I heart socks. That is also, hang on, yes, that's also in the same vicinity, oh yes, of my previous Arwetta experiment. But hang on, the bat socks that are absolutely cute. I'm batty for Halloween. These are adorable, and I've been thinking about it, but now it being the 30th of October today, I'm not making Halloween socks this year, but honestly, could make them for next year. And a batty Halloween sock is appropriate at any time. And now, especially since I actually bought a pair of Doc Martens, I bought them secondhand, so I got them for like a third of the price, which is the only way to shop shoes. But I now I have to walk them in a bit more because they are still quite uncomfortable. My heels are still recovering from my short run to the subway day before yesterday. The skin is still quite raw, but the idea with those is to have a pair of sensible leather boots that can still show off my cool colorwork socks, because these are not made to hide in a pair of Chelsea boots. So I wanted a pair of autumn appropriate shoes that I could wear with my outlandish, outrageous, gorgeous socks. Update on my gingham sock. Hang on. I made it safely past the heel turn. The gingham pattern is intact. The gauge is, my tension is all right. I did mess up with one of the slip stitch rows, or one of the slipped stitches in my slip stitch heel, where I accidentally knit it instead of slipping it. But that is fine. That's how I can tell that this was made by a human. And yeah, now I do some work and then I go to the dentist. I know that dentists are kind people, or that they theoretically can be kind people, but I am afraid of them, and I will not be taking any questions at this trying time, thank you. But on a happier note, now before I finish, my fiddle leaf fig has been absolutely loving living in the new apartment. It has grown 3 new leaves in like 2 months, and I can see it now growing 2 tiny baby leaves. That was just not the thing in the last apartment. It struggled. I mean, fiddle leaf figs are such divas, aren't they? They have to have the perfect temperature and the perfect humidity, and you can't change where they stand because they will absolutely freak out and lose all of their leaves. And I moved with this twice quite early on, so it lost a lot of the bottom leaves. So now it's sort of a stick with a little bush on top. But the bush on top is quite luscious. I'll show you. So excuse the fact that this is just a very cramped place in the apartment, but look at it. I mean, that leaf is not looking too hot, but all of the other ones are looking quite healthy. I had an infestation of what they are called in English, I do not know, tiny flies that nest in the earth, in the soil, and in Swedish they are called sorrow mosquitoes, but they are tiny flies, and they sort of lay eggs and parasite off of the roots. So I bought living organisms, nematodes maybe, and put them in the pot with the water, and now I think that my fiddle leaf fig is rewarding me or thanking me for my help. I'm not even getting my mic for this. I went to the dentist. I'm afraid of dentists. They were lovely. They did their best. But I have to go back tomorrow to get a filling. And the dentist was, I know that she probably says this to everyone that is afraid of her. She was like, oh, you have perfectly brushed teeth, and wow, there are no don't even have the word for it, but around your retainer that there isn't any of the toothstone stuff. That is practically impossible. Oh my god, that looks so good. I can't believe how you got that cavity. But I did get it, and that pisses me off. I don't want to. I don't want to. I really, really do not want to. It's going to be loud. It's going to be expensive. It's going to smell strange. And I already did the adult, reasonable thing. I went to the dentist for my checkup. It was supposed to be a checkup. And now apparently I have to get something fixed. She did laugh at my mango though, because I told her that I did in fact have mango for breakfast and that I hadn't been able to get everything out because there was like a tiny piece of mango fiber between my front bottom teeth because they are just super close together and I couldn't get it out. And she laughed at that and she helped me get it out. So she was kind, but I'm going to have to give myself the biggest pampering of the century. I'm absolutely worn out by today. So after tomorrow, I will have to be very kind to myself because this is an ordeal waiting to happen. I am going to do it, but I just really don't want to. I might dye my hair. Is that a reasonable thing to do when you are in an emotional state of crisis? I could dye my hair. Or knit.
It's crazy. Can you imagine them walking around like that? So obviously
Okay, so I have regulated a bit after the afternoons crash out, as the kids say. It's going to be fine. I will be fine. It's just a dentist appointment tomorrow. It's going to be fine. But I've continued with my knit. I did some knitting on the train to the dentist appointment. Then I didn't do anything on the way home. I just wanted to zone out. But I'm now, the colour is absolutely growing on me, the colour combination. And I think it's because it's such a large pattern now that I don't think that it really sticks out anymore. So it's more cohesive because it's sort of, it melts in with each other. So the stitches, they look like they are supposed to be together. When it was a shorter swatch, I wasn't really sure about it at all. But now, since I have worked on it for such a long time, I am starting to grow bored with it. It's not even my second sock and I already feel like I have second sock syndrome. And I think that's because I want to knit the wicked socks that I'm designing. I want to knit the Christmas socks that I want for my Arwetta sock yarn because I want to figure the Arwetta out. I feel like I'm missing something. I would love to know how to knit colourwork socks with the Arwetta because they have amazing colour range and I would want to be able to access that for my future projects. But to do that, I need to know my gauge. So that is something that is definitely drawing me away from this sock. I had planned to do a short little segment about the Vlogtober series and what I learned from it and how I felt and how I experienced it. But this video is long enough as it is, so I will leave it at that and maybe come back to that in a chatty knitting video later on. Tomorrow is November the 1st, and you will be seeing my knitting gifts for nibbling ideas. That was a strange sentence. I will be posting my if you start knitting now, you'll be done by Christmas nibbling edition. So niece, nephew, nibbling, so a sibling's child or someone that you view as a sibling's child. So not necessarily someone you're related to. But that is coming up for tomorrow. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed Vlogtober, not Vlogmas, although I'm considering doing Vlogtober. Vlogmas, God, I need to stop talking. Take care of yourself. Bye.